And again, my name's Geoff Hill. I'm the Vice President of Affiliate Services for Sotheby's International Realty. I've been with the brand now for, coming up on 7 years, which is hard to believe. I have the privilege and the pleasure of servicing Briggs Freeman Sotheby's International Realty and have for, I want to say for almost 5 years now. And it's just a real pleasure. I love working with your team. You've got a quality group of leaders and great agents, management and marketing, and you just got a great culture there. So this is really a pleasure for me to be a part of what you're doing this morning. So part of what I do is I help our affiliates understand the tools and the resources that are available from the brand and how they can leverage in their business. So today we're going to talk about the features and the benefits of Sotheby's International Realty. And to do that, we're going to use the distinction. This is really what I think is a highly visual marketing piece that provides a nice overview of the Sotheby's International Realty unique value proposition. This is available on Access. That's access.sir.com, which is our members only extranet. You'll hear me referring quite a bit to Access today, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it because it's a wonderful tool and resource for you. So everything we're going to cover today really falls under these three reasons why Sotheby's International Realty stands above others in the real estate industry. Also, why a consumer would want to do business with our brand. First of all, our people, which is my most favorite reason. We not only have the most productive real estate agents in the industry, but we also have the most generous agents. And I can't encourage you enough, when you're traveling out and about, whether it be outside of Dallas or Fort Worth or the state of Texas or even our country, please consider connecting and visiting the local Sotheby's International Realty company. I'm always glad to make those kind of introductions. You can really build your referral base that way. Also, our heritage, our relationship with the auction house is a unique competitive advantage. The auction house was founded in 1744, and its name is really synonymous with quality, luxury, and white glove service. And then finally, our unique and innovative marketing. This is, and frankly, we have really set a higher standard in the real estate industry with a commitment to being first, best, and exclusive. So studies have shown us that consumers rank Sotheby's International Realty among the most desirable global brands. And with that comes an expectation that we're going to understand their desires and anticipate their needs. Our consumers really expect first-class service, a special luxurious experience. The consumer has a higher expectation when dealing with a Sotheby's International Realty sales associate. People, studies have shown this, people expect more of great brands that have great value. When I show this color, a great brand probably comes to mind. Tiffany's. Like many great brands, Tiffany's is known for their quality and their service. An example of this is if I present you with a small Tiffany's box and you don't know what's in it, it could be a $100 charm or it could be $100,000 necklace. But because it's Tiffany's, the chances are you'd be excited. We see our brand in the same way and like to use this really as an analogy, especially if a seller thinks their home may not be high enough value for Sotheby's International Realty. We provide the same quality and service regardless of the price of the listing. Luxury is not about price, it's about an experience. Our chairman emeritus and former CEO, Mike Good, often spoke of the gift of Sotheby's. He was referring to the integrity and remarkable brand of the Sotheby's name as a gift that we've been given. You know, some of our competitors may talk about their company as a brand, when most of the time it's little more than local name recognition, maybe the national or international name recognition, but that's different from being a brand or being a brand with great value. Several years ago, Sotheby's International Realty hired a great company by the name of the Boston Consulting Group to do a number of studies, and they hosted a variety of focus groups of actual consumers and asking for input on Sotheby's International Realty brand, as well as other real estate organizations, as well as other luxury brands. Some of the comments that we got from the focus group are fascinating. One of them, a lady said, "I want a Sotheby's International Realty yard sign on my front lawn," as if doing business with a Sotheby's International Realty agent was a sign of her success. Also, there was a comment that one of the consumers said, "I want to live the Sotheby's International Realty lifestyle." When you think about that, when you associate a lifestyle with a brand, that shows great value. That means our brand is not only providing value, but it's basically providing some emotional response that people have. And these are really the four ways that we think a brand is truly valuable. Number one, it tells a consumer what they can expect from your services. Number two is it differentiates your offering from that of your competitors, kind of sets you apart. It creates a personality of who people perceive you to be. And number four is huge. It provides an intangible emotional appeal. Great brands do that, whether it's Tiffany's and you're seeing a Tiffany's box and being excited about that, or responding to seeing the Sotheby's International Realty name and believing that's a true lifestyle. That's producing an intangible emotional appeal, which is a sign of a brand with great value. So the Sotheby's Auction House really is one of our unique competitive advantages. As I mentioned, the Sotheby's Auction House was founded in 1744. And when you think about that, that means the Sotheby's name has been around longer than our country has. It's an amazing thing when you think about it. The auction house was founded in London, England. The world headquarters are now in New York City. And it's interesting because I didn't realize this until I joined the brand, but there are 44 Sotheby's auction houses around the world. It's an amazing thing. One thing I want to point out to you is if you ever get to New York City or have a family member there or a special client, please let us know, because we have an auction house liaison named Susan Jankowski. Susan, one of her roles is she has a desk at the actual auction house in New York City, and she can provide a behind-the-scenes tour of the auction house, which is a fabulous experience. We have to set them up and have to make sure she's available and that there are tours available. But that is a really special, special experience if you or any of your clients or loved ones are in the New York City area. Sotheby's International Realty is available, it's present, I should say, on all continents but one. Only Antarctica is the continent that we're not present on. Sotheby's International Realty really is a global organization. We are now in 81 countries. It's interesting because some of our competitors might say they're global because maybe they have a branch office in another country or a virtual office in another country. Sotheby's International Realty has agents like yourselves working in the great luxury markets in the countries that they represent each and every day. We have over 26,000 sales associates worldwide, 81 countries, as I mentioned, in 1,100 offices. One of the terms that I've heard that often describes the Sotheby's International Realty Network is ohana. Ohana, as you may know, is a Hawaiian term for the term family. And sharing is a central value to ohana, which I think really portrays the Sotheby's International Realty Network well, because as you travel, as you spend more time with other Sotheby's International Realty agents, you'll find how generous they are, both with their time and their eagerness to build their referral base and to get to know you. And so one of the things that I can't stress enough is to leverage the network. And one of the best ways to do that is in your travels to connect with that local Sotheby's International Realty company and office. And I'm always glad to make those type of introductions. Excuse me, I think we all agree that advertising is what we call a call to action. But branding is really the emotional bond that we create with our clientele. It's the value that we bring and the promise that we make. This really helps stand us apart from our competitors. And this is the brand marketing strategy of Sotheby's International Realty, which I think is very important because it is one of the elements that really helps us stand apart from our competition. Number one, we're developing and curating quality content. And what I mean by content is in all of our brand marketing, you will find that the content that we use are our agents' wonderful, beautiful listings. Many of our competitors see their agents' listings as commodities. We see our agents' listings as content, and we use them in all the brand marketing that we do. And then we're also pushing that out across multiple platforms and devices to make sure that the experience that the consumer is having is consistent and quality, regardless of the device or the platform they're using to view our properties. We're always interested in maintaining our global brand name recognition. And number four is really the goal of our brand marketing strategy. We're driving highly qualified consumers to Sotheby'sRealty.com, because on our website, the brand's website, is where your listings are and where information is about you. And we're trying to create connections between the consumer and you. We call those conversions, and conversions are really the goal of our brand marketing strategy. This is a collection of just some of our global media partners, and our global media partners really help us execute our brand marketing strategy. We measure the effectiveness of each one of these partnerships with the click-throughs on a monthly basis to ensure that the plan is working. So this is where we're doing all of our brand marketing, again, to generate traffic to Sotheby'sRealty.com. This is not necessarily where we're syndicating your listings to. That's all about property syndication, and I'll talk about that momentarily. But this is all about marketing the brand and generating traffic to Sotheby'sRealty.com. You know, social media is a big part of our personal life and our professional life, at least for most people. And I think you'll agree that social media is all about connecting people and cultivating relationships. And the key to connecting and cultivating is content. Once again, the content that the brand is using on all the social media channels that we're present on are the beautiful properties that our agents represent. And the brand really is on just about every major social media channel. So whatever your favorite social media platform might be, connect with the brand and use our content. We've got fabulous brand videos and stories and photography and all kinds of great quality content. It's there for you to use. Also, please, whatever is your favorite brand, whatever is your favorite social media channel, make sure that you connect with the brand. And again, please feel free to use our content. YouTube is a fabulous website that the brand has had tremendous success on. Sotheby's International Realty is the #1 most followed real estate channel. Look at the number of subscribers we have. We recently hit 400,000. We don't have a competitor in the real estate industry that has 100,000 subscribers. So you can see the kind of domination Sotheby's International Realty has when it comes to YouTube subscribers. The reason for this, of course, is simple. It's because of the beautiful listings and properties that you represent and the great content that those videos are. We're also dominant when it comes to video views. So this is a chart. We call this the YouTube comparison chart, and it's available on Access. Again, that's the brand's member-only extranet, access.sir.com, and you can download a copy of this chart if you'd like to. Many agents use this in their listing presentations. You know, in real estate, we often use market share and market share charts or graphs to show the penetration that we have in a particular market. Well, when it comes to advertising, we also use pie charts, but we use what we call share of voice. And this is a share of voice pie chart that shows your brand, Sotheby's International Realty, really is the dominant voice of luxury real estate. And we are #1 in both volume and in reach when it comes to share of voice in PR. We have a fabulous PR team that works closely with your great marketing team at Briggs Freeman Sotheby's International Realty. And the volume that we have, which is the 27%, is really the number of impressions that we're generating, whereas the reach are the number of people that we're reaching. So you could be proud that the brand really is the voice of luxury real estate. Also, one thing I want to make sure that I remind all of you is anytime that you have a new listing, please, please, please give some thought to if that listing could have any media newsworthy angle. Maybe that listing is historic. Maybe the location is unique. Maybe the designer or the architect is well known. Maybe it's celebrity owned. Maybe the location or the price point is extreme. Anything that might capture the attention of the press, please, please, please work with your great marketing team. Share as much information about that property as you can. They'll then work with our great PR team to get as much exposure for that property as possible. And one thing I want to stress is that these types of communications need to take place prior to the property actually going on to the MLS. As you probably know, with PR, it's all about getting the scoop. So we would need to get that information prior to the property actually going onto the MLS. Sotheby'sRealty.com really has become the destination for serious luxury real estate intenders. Our website is designed to feature our agents' properties in a distinctive and a unique way with this content-rich experience that appeals to the online consumer. Because what we're trying to do and have been successful with is help the consumer envision themselves in that property. This ultimately will entice them to make an inquiry. That's what I mentioned earlier, is those inquiries, or what we call conversions with agents. That's what we're trying to achieve with the website. And many of our agents, and if you haven't done this already, I would recommend you get onto SIR.com, that's Sotheby'sRealty.com, and go to your agent profile page and make sure that you're leveraging every bit of opportunity there as possible. Make sure you've got as much information there about yourself, about your background, your community, about your professionalism. Make sure you've got all your contact information in there, because the agent profile page really can serve as your individual website. I mean, this is a fabulous feature that's on Sotheby'sRealty.com, and it makes it easier and easier for consumers to want to connect with you. So that's what we call the agent profile page. And if you haven't spent time on there, please make sure that you do, and make sure that you're leveraging all the available information on your profile page. You know, studies have shown us that it's something like 90% of home buyers use mobile devices when searching for real estate. And when using mobile devices, people spend about 86% of their time using apps. Why is that? Apps are easy, they're convenient, they are something that most of us are very familiar with. And the Sotheby's International Realty mobile app is a great tool and feature that you can then share with your customers and clients. Once you go to, if you haven't done this already, go to access.sir.com, and there's some very easy instructions on how you can download your SIR mobile app, which is personalized, meaning it has all your content, your personal information, your photograph, your contact information. You can then share your personalized SIR mobile app with your customers and clients, all your buyers and sellers, with your sphere of influence. They can then search for real estate anywhere in the United States. As long as that property is on the MLS, they can search for real estate using your personalized app. They can also search for real estate overseas or internationally. Those properties are all the properties that are with Sotheby's International Realty. So if you haven't taken advantage of the SIR personalized mobile app, please do so. Go to Access, easy to follow instructions on how to download your mobile app. You know, this is a illustration of just some of the property syndication partners that we have. This is a collection of where we syndicate your listings to. It's all about generating exposure for the beautiful properties that our agents represent. It's interesting, while some of our good competitors might be able to say that they syndicate some of their listings to some of these sites, none of our competitors can say they syndicate all their listings to all of these sites. We all know our listings are the beautiful properties that you all represent. We are always, always, always interested in as much exposure that can be generated as possible. And here are some opportunities that I want to make sure that you're aware of. Number one, we have what we call the Property Promotion Portal. If you have a property that you believe deserves extra exposure, please, please, please obtain as much information as you can about it. A video, photographs, a story, as much content as possible, history of the property. Share that with your great marketing team. They'll then share that with our marketing team and our PR, and we'll push that out to our global media partners to see if we can generate some additional exposure for this property. There is no price point, but it's all about obtaining as much information about that property as possible. So that's what we call the Property Promotion Portal, and that's all about generating additional exposure for your listings. I mentioned earlier that one of the unique competitive advantages Sotheby's International Realty has is the auction house. And with that relationship we have with the auction house comes some exclusive advertising opportunities. If you have a listing that you think really needs to be exposed to a very high-end clientele, there are some wonderful opportunities that you can take advantage of. You can advertise this property in a Sotheby's magazine, or on the Sotheby's newsletter, or possibly on the Sotheby's auction house website. Depending on what your budget is and what your target audience is, this could be a fabulous way to get that property exposed, again, to a very high-end clientele. You can gather more information about what those exclusive opportunities are to market a property with Sotheby's on Access. Also, if you have a property with a marketing budget, I would recommend that you go to the cooperative advertising section on Access. This is where you'll have an opportunity to see what all the advertising opportunities are with our wide variety of global media partners. What our great marketing team has done is they have basically negotiated a discounted rate with each one of those partners that you can take advantage of. So depending on the property and the budget and maybe even the target market that you're trying to reach, the cooperative advertising program could be very effective for you. So if you go to Access, again, access.sir.com, go to the cooperative advertising section, you'll find a schedule and costs and placements and all the information that you need to consider perhaps placing a property through this advertising portal. I think one of the important parts of being a real estate agent is staying in touch with your sphere of influence. And we're always looking for content that we can use as basically an excuse, if you will, or some good, viable information to share with our sphere of influence. And here are some ideas and some opportunities for you to take advantage of. First of all, the brand introduced the Nothing Compares campaign in April of 2021. At the global networking event in May of earlier this year, we announced the evolution of this campaign. And I can't tell you how grateful we are at the brand for the adoption of this campaign by our affiliates, which helps with everybody with our brand name awareness. It's the most widely adopted campaign we've ever had. And the campaign has certainly worked. The recall, the awareness, the favorability is all up dramatically. Templates for the Nothing Compares campaign can be found on Express Docs and Design Vault. Not only is the brand putting out quality content, but we're providing this content for you as well. As I mentioned before, our content is your content. The brand videos, brand hashtags, and published brand content really are all rich resources of material that you can use to enhance your social media presence. So again, whatever social media channel you're present on, please connect with the brand and utilize, leverage our content. The brand's luxury outlook report really offers a kind of a deep dive, if you will, into the high-end residential markets across the globe. This report really evaluates trends in the world's secondary and primary markets, as well as wealth trends that drive decisions. It is designed for you to use, for you to leverage, for you to customize, and then share with your sphere of influence. It's one of the most popular resources that we have, and that's the Luxury Outlook Report, which we've done on an annual basis. So please, please, please feel free to take advantage of that. Significant Sales is a monthly report that the brand provides. It's basically a snapshot of the 30 most notable properties that were sold in the organization in the past month. Again, it's a monthly report. You can not only should you be receiving this on a monthly report via email, but if you ever miss it or want to take a deeper dive into all of the significant sales, go on to Access, and we keep a library of all the past significant sales. Beautiful content in there, great information to share with your affiliates. Briggs Freeman Sotheby's International Realty has had a number of properties that have been featured in significant sales. Reside is the brand's magazine. This is a custom publishing program that we've partnered with Dow Jones. And one of the great things about Reside that I want to make sure you're aware of is it's got a very robust digital presence. And it's wonderful content for you to share on your social media. And it's not just real estate. It's really anything luxury. Not only beautiful real estate, but also jewelry and automobiles and travel, fashion, and design. Wide variety of great content that you can share on social media, and that's with the Reside content. Now, I'd like to talk to you just a little bit about some of the virtual events we have, as well as in-person events. And there are a variety. First of all, every month we have what we call the Masterclass. This is a virtual event. It's basically a Zoom call featuring typically 3 top Sotheby's International Realty agents from around the globe talking about a particular subject. That subject changes every month. And then the next Masterclass session we're going to have is going to be on October 18th. And then we'll also have one on November 15th. The Masterclass sessions you will receive an invitation to via email. If you ever miss one of these, don't worry, because you can go into Access and you can view a recording. There are dozens and dozens of past Masterclass sessions recorded that you can look at any time of the day or night. And there's fabulous content on there. Great, great agents talking about a variety but very timely subjects, and they're all recorded for you to look at any point. So that's what we call the Masterclass panels, which are on a monthly basis. You know, it was just May, which is hard to believe, of this year that we had the 2023 Global Networking Event, or we call it G&E for short. This is the brand's signature event that we host just about every 18 months. And we had the largest group. It was in Las Vegas at the beautiful Wynn Resort. And it was the largest, most successful global networking event that we ever had. And we were just thrilled with it. And I cannot tell you the opportunities that are available there for you, whether it be going and hearing best practices, but the networking opportunities are amazing because we're talking about the finest real estate associates from around the world. We had dozens and dozens of countries with roughly 3,000 agents represented. So please, please, please consider joining the next G&E, which is going to be held in Nashville, Tennessee, September 8th through the 10th. We love, love, love the opportunity to get together with other Sotheby's International Realty affiliates and agents. So please put this on your calendar. I've never known anybody to go to a G&E that didn't just have a fabulous time and believe it was a worthwhile business investment. We also have our affiliates that host events from time to time. Coming up next month, we have the 2023 Metro Networking event, which is going to be held in Jersey City, New Jersey. This is hosted by our great affiliate, Prominent Property Sotheby's International Realty, and they've got quite a lineup. The keynote speaker is the Olympian Dominique Dawes. We've also got a variety of other speakers, Tom Ferry, Coach Anywhere, Sue Yannicone from the Anywhere brands is going to be speaking. Anywhere Real Estate is our parent company, as you may know. Also, Dr. Lawrence Yoon, who is the chief economist for the NAR, are all going to be speaking at the Metro Networking event. So we hope you can join us. Also, on the other side of the world, if you will, is the Hawaii Networking event, which is going to be October 22nd through the 24th. This is going to be held on the Big Island, and they also have a wonderful lineup. As you can see, we've got Peter Schwartz, Linda Jenkinson, and our own Brad Nelson, our chief marketing officer, are all going to be speakers, and they're going to have more and more networking opportunities. So we've got the Metro Networking event in Jersey City, the Hawaii Networking event on the Big Island in Hawaii. Also, I want to make sure you're aware of just some of the business and marketing tools that are available to you from the brand. My favorite, and I kind of refer to this as a sort of an oldie but a goodie, if you will, it's called the Home History Book. You can order this on Access, and that's access.sir.com. You can order this on Access, and it's a small, elegant, thin book that is designed for you to present to a seller. And it is full of prompting, interesting, carefully worded questions designed for you to learn more about the history of that home, why the home has been so special to the seller for these years, and what it means to them. I think you'll agree with me that every home has a story to tell, and part of our job is to tell that story. Well, the Home History Book can help you tell that story. So consider utilizing the Home History Book. It's a small cost. You can order a number of them right off of Access. What other agents do is there is a high quality PDF version of the Home History Book that you can print for no charge right off of Access if you prefer. I know some agents that don't present the Home History Book to a seller, but they use the actual questions because they're worded so well. So consider that, again, an oldie but a goodie, one of the real prominent tools that we have available for you. Also, the learning platform. We have a fabulous learning team, and the Next Level Learning platform is really this dynamic, interactive, digitally driven platform that's really aimed at helping you understand the brand even more in all the trainings and the offerings that are available for you. And there are a wide variety of courses. They're categorized by type and by content. Some are going to be live, some are going to be recorded. But please, please, please check out the Next Level Learning platform on Access. We also have Design Vault. Design Vault is the brand's cloud-based ad building tool. You can access Design Vault right on Access, on the front page of Access. And one of the most popular uses of Design Vault by agents is all the great social media content. You can literally upload great content right from Design Vault right to your social media account. Very convenient. That's what it's used for the most. But you could also create a wide variety of different types of ads, and it's just got an incredible amount of material and templates that you can leverage. We call that Design Vault, and that's on the first page of Access. You know, frequently you may be thinking about providing or wanting to give a gift. Maybe it's a closing gift to a special client, or maybe you just want to say thank you for something else. Whatever the case may be, there are a variety of branded, top quality gift ideas that you can take advantage of on Access. There's a number of different types of items that you can purchase, again, branded. We also have a number of items that aren't branded. So kind of depending on what your taste is and the particular individual buyer or seller that you might have, take a look at the gifting collection on Access, see if there's something there that might be of interest to you. You know, I have always thought that one of the real attributes to our network is the brand value that we have. The name Sotheby's International Realty really means something. There's great heritage, great quality associated with our brand name. And I believe a part of the reason for that is the strict quality control standards that the brand has. And each one of our affiliates is so good about following that quality control. And we appreciate everything that Briggs Freeman Sotheby's International Realty does in helping us maintain that control. I believe, as a member of our organization, we're all stewards of the brand. And to be a good steward, we want to make sure we're only using approved vendors and we're only using approved materials. And we always use the full name, Briggs Freeman Sotheby's International Realty. And that's all a part of being a good steward and maintaining the great brand value that we have in our organization. So we want to thank you for that. You know, I mentioned earlier that the Boston Consulting Group's focus group cited and quoted an actual consumer that said she wanted a Sotheby's International Realty yard sign on her front lawn. Well, I think, as I mentioned, that speaks to the brand value we have, but also to the quality control that we have. And that signage is so important. So once again, we appreciate using only approved vendors and maintaining the high quality that we have and that standard that we've had for so many years. You know, during the course of this presentation, I've referred to Access. That's access.sur.com. It's our members-only brand extranet. We call it really the communication platform, because this is where we have really all the resources and tools that are available to you. And I would recommend you spend maybe 10 or 15 minutes a day on Access and just play around, just navigate, explore. And I'll show you a couple of places that I think would be very important for you to visit. But just spending some time on there will give you an idea of just the tremendous depth. All the resources and tools it's just, there's a wide variety. One of the nice features of Access is the video, a library of the video newsletter called What's New. Brad Nelson, our Chief Marketing Officer, provides a monthly video edition of What's New, and that comes out to you via email once a month, kind of telling you what's going on in the world of marketing of Sotheby's International Realty. And he does a fabulous job, usually about a 4 or 5 minute video, but brings you up to date on what's happening with the brand. So that's an email that comes out to you on a monthly basis, but we also keep a warehouse or a library of these video editions on Access in case you miss it. Also, every Monday, you should be receiving an email from the brand. It's called What's New. And it's basically the brand's brief newsletter of what's happening with our organization, bringing you up to speed on any new partnerships or a new resource, a new tool, new opportunity, growth in the network. That email goes out on a weekly basis every Monday, but we also keep a library of the What's New newsletter on Access. And I've got a screenshot there showing you where you can find those. So if you ever miss it, or if you just want to get caught up on what's happening with the brand, this is the place to go. What's New, and you can kind of scroll through the past weeks. I've talked to you about the brand, and I've talked to you about the What's New newsletter. And if you're really wondering how you can learn more about the brand and really leverage the resources and tools, what I really suggest is go to Access. Spend some time there, get to know it better. There is just so much information that you can take advantage of. So I sure would encourage that. And I hope that was helpful. I know that's a lot of information. The brand has so much to offer, and this network is full of so many great agents with great practices, and we've tried to incorporate a number of those in this presentation, as well as the resources and tools that are available to you. So I'm hopeful that that was helpful to you, and I'm here to answer any questions. And please know that I'm also here just to support you all. I love this brand and the organization, and anything I can do for you, my contact information is right there. So whether it be today or at some point in the future, please don't hesitate to reach out. So I think we were having some technical issues earlier. I don't know if John, if you can participate, if you can talk or not, but I am available for questions if anybody has any. Okay, well, I think we're good then, John. I want to thank you for having me, and I appreciate it. And again, if there's anything I can do for you all, please don't hesitate to reach out. But I enjoy the time together today, and I hope it was helpful.